15 Things You Didn't Know About Mark Zuckerberg. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by Alux.com. Today we're focusing on a computer programmer and entrepreneur who has changed the way that over 1 billion people interact on the internet. That's right, we're talking about Facebook founder, CEO, and chairman Mark Zuckerberg. Mark was born May 14, 1984 in White Plains, New York, and his aptitude for science and technology was evident at a young age. His father taught him basic computer programming while he was still in middle school, and then a software developer took over Mark's lessons, although he found it hard to stay ahead of Mark, whom he called a prodigy. Mark also took a graduate-level programming course at a local college while he was still in high school. In his sophomore year at Harvard, he began writing code for what would become one of the most successful social networking platforms in history. By 2012, Facebook had hit 1 billion daily users, and the company is now worth well over $400 billion. As of 2017, Mark is the 5th richest person in the world with a net worth of $71.8 billion, and he has been recognized as one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine every year since 2007. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Mark's vision, influence, ambition, and incredible success are a source of inspiration, so let's take a closer look at the life of this innovator with the 15 things you didn't know about Mark Zuckerberg. Number 1. He turned down Yahoo's $1 billion offer to buy Facebook. There have been a number of companies that have expressed interest and even made offers to buy Facebook, including Viacom, Google, Friendster, The Washington Post, MySpace, NBC, and AOL. In 2006, Yahoo made a $1 billion offer to buy Facebook from the 22-year-old Mark Zuckerberg. At the time, Facebook was around 2 years old with about 9 million users and $20 million in revenue. Still, Zuckerberg didn't even seriously consider the offer. He had enough vision to realize that Yahoo was undervaluing the company even with a $1 billion offer. Today, Facebook is worth an incredible $435 billion. Number 2. He and his wife met in a bathroom line. It's not among the most romantic of meetings, but maybe it was fate that brought Mark and Priscilla together while waiting in the bathroom line at a fraternity party. Priscilla says her initial impression was that he was a nerdy guy who was just a little bit out there. And she also thought he lacked ambition, because he said he'd rather go on a date with her than finish his take-home midterm. Number 3. He makes about $9 billion a year from Facebook. After the disappointing IPO that saw Mark's Facebook stake fall from $19 billion to $17 billion in a single day, and continued struggles that saw his stake fall to $11.9 billion just a couple of months later, Facebook bounced back in a big way. In fact, its shares have increased over 282% since the IPO in 2012. Profit margins have also increased to 37% from 19% in 2012. And Mark personally has earned an average of $9 billion per year from the company since 2012. Number 4. He is colorblind. Mark is red-green colorblind, which means that the color that stands out best for him is blue. That's why blue is his favorite color, and the primary color for Facebook. Number 5. Mark tried to become a vegetarian. In 2011, Mark announced that he was challenging himself to become a vegetarian and only eat meat if he killed the animal himself, because he wanted to be more connected to the food that he eats and the animals that give their lives so he can eat them. Although he stuck with the challenge for a little while, he's now back to eating meat regularly. Number 6. Mark found the social network movie hurtful. In his first ever open Q&A session on Facebook in 2014, Mark was asked how accurate the Social Network movie was. Mark replied that he kind of blocked that movie out, and that the overarching plot was comprised of a bunch of made-up stuff that he found hurtful. For example, the film suggests that he created Facebook after a girl broke up with him, but in reality, he was with Priscilla before starting the site. Mark says ultimately he didn't think the reality was interesting enough to make a movie out of, because the real story was just a lot of hard work. Number 7. He drives inexpensive cars. While other billionaires of the world are driving around in exotic supercars and limited edition luxury vehicles, Mark prefers more practical and inexpensive kinds of transportation. The 3 cars he drives most often are his Honda Fit, Acura TSX, and Volkswagen Golf GTI. Number 8. His wedding was a surprise for all of his guests. After 9 years of dating, Mark and Priscilla pulled off a surprise wedding in May of 2012. Priscilla had just graduated from medical school, so the 100 guests thought they were attending a surprise graduation party, only to find out that they would be actually witnessing a wedding. The wedding occurred in the couple's backyard the day after Facebook's initial public offering. Green Day's Billie Joe Armstrong sang at the ceremony as a gift to the couple. Number 9. His friends call him Zuck. Among friends and coworkers, Mark is commonly referred to as Zuck. His childhood nickname given to him by his mom was Princely, and he got another nickname in college when his Alpha Epsilon Pi frat brothers took to calling him Slayer. Number 10. He is the youngest ever self-made billionaire. Mark made the Forbes list of billionaires in 2008 at the age of 23 with a $1.5 billion net worth, which made him the youngest ever self-made billionaire and the third youngest billionaire behind Albert II, a German aristocrat who inherited $3 billion at the age of 7, and Hind Hariri, a Lebanese heir that became a billionaire at the age of 22. If you want to check out some other people who made their own fortunes, click in the upper right-hand corner to check out our video of 15 self-made billionaires that were once poor. Number 11. He broke his arm on his first day of training for a triathlon. Mark has been focusing more on physical fitness, and in 2016, his New Year's resolution was to run 365 miles by the end of the year. He reached this goal with 5 months to spare, so he decided to take on a new challenge, training for a triathlon. However, on his first day of triathlon training, he fell off his bike after stopping at a stop sign and broke his arm on impact. He discussed the incident with Jerry Seinfeld on a Facebook live chat, saying, "I think I need to ease into this triathlon thing." Number 12. He is pledged to give away 99% of his Facebook shares. In 2015, Priscilla and Mark joined the Giving Pledge, which is a commitment some of the world's wealthiest individuals have made to dedicate the majority of their wealth towards improving the world in various ways. As a part of this pledge, Mark committed to giving away 99% of his personal Facebook shares during his lifetime. This was announced through an open letter Mark and Priscilla wrote to their newborn daughter, Max, in 2015. At the time they made the pledge, those shares were worth $45 billion, and their value continues to increase. They had already donated generously in the past, donating more than $1.6 billion over a period of 10 years. Their donations include a $25 million donation to the CDC to stop the spread of Ebola, $100 million to the Newark public school system, and $120 million to education in the San Francisco Bay Area. Number 13. About 17% of the world's population are Facebook users. As of 2017, Facebook had 1.3 billion daily active users, which is a total of around 17% of the world's population. The daily users doubled over a period of just 5 years from 2012 to 2017. Number 14. Mark's salary was lowered to $1 a year in 2013. Back in 2013, at Mark's request, his Facebook CEO salary was lowered to $1 per year from the $500,000 per year that he was previously making. He also withdrew himself from eligibility to be given any bonuses in the future. Number 15. He bought all of the houses surrounding his. Zuckerberg purchased his home in Palo Alto, California in 2011 for $7 million. When he heard the house next to his was going on the market, and the agent planned to use being Mark's neighbor as the main selling point, he bought that house and 3 more of the houses surrounding his property for a total of around $44 million, so that he could protect his privacy and control the marketing of the homes. He leased the homes back to their previous owners until they were ready to move. In 2016, he announced plans to downsize each of the 4 houses, making them 20% smaller than their original sizes. Although his intentions aren't completely clear, there is speculation that he wants more privacy and security. He and his wife also own 750 acres of land in Hawaii. Now that you've learned more about Mark Zuckerberg, do you think Facebook is here to stay, or will it be replaced by something else in the future? Let us know what you think in the comments. Still here? Here's a bonus fact just for you. Although Mark dropped out of college in his sophomore year so he could focus on running Facebook, Harvard gave him an honorary degree in May of 2017. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.